Let's go 46 here again tonight. Having a dilemma or maybe a midlife crisis. I don't know. Wild card weekend coming up. I'm looking at the dates and the times and who's playing when, where they're playing. I already knew all the home fields, but you got me to thinking about how stupid the stadium names are about money. Just back when in my 20s and 30s, I could name every stadium just by listening to Berman and Cosell and Vern Lundquist, and they'd always tell you where you are. Oh, we're at Rich Stadium here, and we're hosting it's like, I don't know what the name of these stadiums are anymore. I only know the Eagles and Lambeau Field. I mean, I know the obvious ones, but it's like every year it's a different name on these stadiums. And I'm going to go back to when I became a huge football fan. When I could not get enough football was probably in 1989, and my sickness started. And I became an Eagles fan about 87, but 89 when the coverage got a little bit better and all this other stuff. And I knew all the stadiums. I couldn't wait, the Eagles go down to Sun Devil Stadium and take on the Cardinals. And I mean, see if you're with me. And you young kids out there, if you're watching this video, life comes at you fast and it's gone before you know it. I'll be 55 in November. And it seems like just yesterday, I was an idiot in my 30s. It's just, it goes fast, dude. And I had to write them down because my memory is not what it used to be. I had to write a lot of them down. I had to look them up because I just couldn't rattle them off in time. But I used to be able to rattle them off one after another. And a lot of these are going to surprise you. Just let's start with the AFC West. Back before the realignment, I don't remember what year I should have looked up the year of the alignment. Maybe it was 94, 95. I don't know. I'm not sure when the Panthers and Jacksonville and everybody came in. I don't know. But let's AFC West. Seattle Seahawks. The Kingdom. Yes, they were in the AFC West. There used to be a big rivalry between them and the Broncos and those teams, the Raiders. Yeah. And the Raiders played in Memorial Stadium. We all know that. Well, we don't know it anymore. Then you had the Broncos, Mile High. I think it's still called Mile High. Who fucking knows? But it's Mile High to me. And the Chargers played at the Jack Murphy Stadium. And those were icon names back then. Berman still calls it the Murph when they used to play there, even after they changed it to Alliant or whatever the hell whatever bank had the most money or whatever. Then we get to the AFC Central. Oilers in the Astrodome. The Oilers that are now the Texans used to be the Oilers. They used to be in the Central with the Steelers, the Browns, and the Bengals. And the Browns played Municipal Stadium before they became the Ravens and went over to Baltimore. They're not even on this list. So they didn't have a stadium back in 1989. They were around. And then you got Riverfront Stadium for the Bengals and Three Rivers Stadium for the Steelers. It used to be fun. It was just a way that the announcers would say, here we are in Three Rivers Stadium, and take it on it. And they'd show the rivers and all that or whatever, and then Riverfront Stadium, they'd show this or whatever, and then you get to the AFC East, Joe Robbie Stadium. That's Miami. Buffalo is Rich Stadium. Then you get Giant Stadium for the Jets. Yes, it was called Giant Stadium, even though the Jets shared it with the Giants. And Sullivan Stadium. Then they shortly changed it to Gillette Stadium, which is the one I remember most. I looked it up, I was like, I don't remember it being Sullivan, but then I did remember. But then it turned into Gillette Stadium like right away after that. The best a man can get. And the Colts were in that division. They were in the AFC East. It was called the East back then. The Colts were... Manning played against Brady in that conference, I think, for 1 year. I could be wrong. pretty sure they're in the same division for a little bit. Don't remember. I could be wrong. I should have looked it up. Somehow went off my old man brain. But seriously, Joe Robbie, Rich, Giant Stadium, Hoosier Dome, Jack Murphy. I remember all those. Three Rivers, Riverfront. And then you get into the NFC and Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. I don't have to tell you who played there. Don't know what it's called now. Don't care. Candlestick Park. Do you remember Candlestick Park? 49ers. Do you remember the Superdome? New Orleans. Do you remember Anaheim Stadium? Yes. The Rams, Atlanta, New Orleans. They all played in the same division. Oh, wait. Hold on. I might be wrong about that. Yeah, Atlanta's not in their division anymore. Atlanta went to the South. Yeah, it's weird. Atlanta's not even in that. Atlanta and New Orleans are both out of the West now. Because it's now, what is it, New Orleans? Or not, no, I'm sorry. San Francisco, Seattle. Yeah, the West. So I think they pulled, I'd have to think that over. How the fuck did the NFC West, yeah, it used to be Atlanta, San Francisco, New Orleans, and the Rams. Now it's the Rams, San Francisco, Seattle, and the Cardinals. That's right, the Cardinals. I miss the Cardinals in my division. Then you got the Central, Lambeau Field, we all know that, but they also used to split time at Milwaukee County Stadium. Half their home games would be in Milwaukee County Stadium. The other half would be in Lambeau Field. I'm old enough to remember this shit. Then you got the Silver Dome. That was Lions. Metrodome. That was Vikings. And then Soldier Field. Still Soldier Field. Thank you. And thank you to Lambeau Field. Thank you to some of these teams that have never changed for money. That's so awesome. And this is where it gets weird. NFC's Texas Stadium for Dallas. Veterans Stadium for the Eagles. RFK for the Redskins. Redskins. I'll never, ever acknowledge them as the And then you got Giant Stadium. Big brother to the Jets. And then Sun Devil Stadium for the Cardinals. And now they're in the West. The Cardinals used to get these sneaky wins against these four teams in this division. Sneaky wins, dude. Like, the Cowboys, Eagles, or Redskins could be just kicking ass in that division and go to the lowly Cardinals, and they'd pull one out on your ass. I miss those days where it could just, you got an easy win, but sometimes it got scary. We don't have the easy team in our division anymore. We just don't, even though the Giants and Redskins and now the Cowboys are kind of just, not really keeping up with my Eagles. All it takes is a couple of good drafts, one good draft, one good offseason, some injuries, and you never know in that division. It's just loaded. Look at the Redskins last year. I would have never thought they were gonna only win 4 or 5 games, whatever the hell they did. They played us tough. They always do. But I just want to know if anybody else remembers all the old school days, if it bothers them that it's all these new bank names and all that crap. I just wish it was easy to remember like it used to be. I'd win a lot of trivia contests if it was 1990s football. I mean, obviously I had to look it up just to make sure I didn't make mistakes, because having a little boozy booze and cigarette or two. So let's go 46 out. Just made another video. To the hell with it. It's on my mind. Bye-bye.